The envelope touched the table before anyone spoke. A soft slide. Paper against polished wood. Deliberate. I didn't look at it. I looked at my husband instead. He couldn't meet my eyes. That told me everything. I remember when he used to, back when we met, he looked at me like I was something rare, something worth protecting. I was in uniform the first time he saw me. Dust still clinging to my boots, exhaustion stitched into my posture. He said he admired my strength, said he loved that I didn't need anyone. I believed him. I believed a lot of things, like how his hand would always find mine under the table, how he'd talk about building a future that didn't depend on his father's empire, how he said he wanted a life that was earned, not inherited. I never told him my father already owned a large piece of that empire. $8 billion worth of silence. I wanted to know if he loved me, or the idea of what I could give him. So I said nothing. I let him think I was just a soldier with modest savings and a quiet life. And for a while it worked. Until it didn't. It started small. It always does. Late nights that didn't feel like work. Conversations that stopped when I entered the room. His phone angled just slightly away from me. I didn't ask questions. I watched. I listened. I waited. Because people like him, they don't confess. They slip. And he did. A message, half hidden, lighting up his screen while he was in the shower. Dinner was perfect. Can't wait until she's out of the picture. No name, no need. I didn't react. Didn't cry. Didn't scream. I took a screenshot. Sent it to myself. Deleted the evidence from his phone. Then I sat on the edge of the bed and slowed my breathing until my heartbeat stopped sounding like betrayal. That's when the shift happened. Not heartbreak. Clarity. Revenge isn't loud, not when it's done right. It's patient. Precise. I started with information. Accessing financial records wasn't difficult. He'd always been careless with security. Arrogance makes people lazy. What I found was interesting. Hidden accounts, quiet transfers, a pattern of siphoning funds from his father's company, not enough to raise alarms, but enough to build a case. I didn't confront him. I built around him. I contacted my father's legal team, not as his daughter, as a shareholder. They didn't ask questions. They never do. An internal audit was initiated. Quietly, then I prepared the stage. Dinner with my parents, he told me one evening, adjusting his cufflinks like the man I thought I married. I smiled. Finally. He hesitated. Just for a second. Guilt flickered. Then it was gone. That's how we ended up here. At the table. His parents across from me. Wealth sat on them like a second skin, refined, cold. His mother's eyes scanned me the moment I sat down. Not curious. Assessing. Judging. Your service is admirable, she said, as if the word tasted strange. I nodded. Didn't offer more. I wanted them to fill the silence with their assumptions. And they did. Questions about my salary, my background, my plans, each one carefully disguised. Each one revealing exactly what they thought of me. Nothing. A temporary inconvenience in their son's life. I almost admired the honesty. Then came the envelope. His father slid it across the table. Measured, controlled, like a business transaction. We believe in efficiency, he said. And clarity. I finally looked down at it. Didn't touch it. Inside, he continued, is a generous settlement. Enough to make your transition. Comfortable. My husband still wouldn't look at me. Coward. You deserve someone more aligned with your circumstances, his mother added softly. Aligned. Such a clean word for what they meant. Beneath us. I exhaled slowly. Then I smiled. Not wide, not warm. Just enough. I was wondering, I said, my voice steady, how long it would take. That got their attention. His father frowned slightly. My husband finally looked up. Confusion.
Fear.
Good. I reached into my bag and placed my own envelope on the table. Thicker. Heavier. Intentional. Open it, I said. No one moved. So I did it for them. Documents slid out across the table. Audit reports. Transaction records. Legal notices. And one very important page. Ownership breakdown. His father's company. Highlighted. My name? Silence. Heavy, suffocating. His father picked up the paper. Read it once. Then again. His composure cracked first. Subtle. But I saw it.
You?
He started. $8 billion, I said calmly. Give or take market fluctuations. My husband's face drained of color. I didn't look at him. Not yet. I wanted to see, I continued, what kind of family I married into. My gaze shifted. Landed on him, and what kind of man you really were. He opened his mouth. Closed it. There was nothing he could say. Not with the evidence laid bare. Not with the audit already in motion. Not with his father now staring at him like a liability. You've been stealing, I said quietly. The word landed harder than any accusation. His father turned to him sharply. What is she talking about? He stammered. Denied. Of course he did. I slid one final document forward. Signed. Verified. Irrefutable. The room changed. Power shifted. Instantly. This dinner, I said, leaning back slightly, was never about divorce. I let that sink in. It was about exposure. My husband finally spoke. My name? Soft, broken. I almost didn't recognize the voice. I loved you, he said. I tilted my head. You loved what you thought I was. Poor, replaceable, easy to discard. I stood. Smoothed my dress. And now, I added, you'll learn what it costs to underestimate someone. I left before anyone could stop me. Before apologies. Before excuses. Before the collapse fully settled in. Outside, the night air felt different. Cleaner. Lighter. I didn't feel angry. Not anymore. Just finished. Some wars aren't won with noise. They're won with silence. With patience. With timing. He thought I was nothing. That was his first mistake. Believing I'd stay silent. That was his last.